Okay, so let's take a look at another question from the 2023 HSC Standard 2 Maths paper. So this is a question about a drinker named Cameron. We're told the following formula can be used to calculate an estimate for blood alcohol content for males. So we are told in the question that the blood alcohol content, sometimes called blood alcohol concentration, for a male is 10N minus 7.5H over 6.8 times the mass, where N is the number of standard drinks consumed, M is the person's weight in kilograms, and H is the number of hours of drinking. So we are told Cameron weighs 75 kilograms, so his mass is 75 kilograms. His BAC was 0 when he began drinking, so there was no alcohol in his system. At 9 p.m, after consuming 3 standard drinks, his BAC was 0.02. So we know N is 3 because we're told he consumed 3 standard drinks, and we're told after consuming them, his blood alcohol concentration was 0.02. Use the formula at what time to estimate at what time he began drinking to the nearest minute. Okay, so we know everything in this formula except for the number of hours of drinking. So we can rearrange this. We can multiply both sides by 6.8m. So we get 6.8m times blood alcohol concentration of a male is equal to 10 times the number of drinks minus 7.5 times the number of hours minus 10n from both sides. We get 6.8m times blood alcohol concentration male minus 10n is equal to minus 7.5 times the number of hours. Divide both sides by minus 7.5, and we've got the number of hours is 6.8 times m times blood alcohol concentration male minus 10n on minus 7.5. So if we want to find the number of hours, we're going to plug everything in. Number of hours is 6.8 times his mass, 75, times his end blood alcohol concentration, 0.02, minus 10 times the number of drinks he had, which is 3, all divided by minus 7.5. So this can go into our calculator. 6.8 times 75 times 0.02 minus 10 times 3 divided by minus 7.5. My calculator tells me this is 66 on 25, which it converts to 2.64. So therefore the number of hours is 2.64 hours. But the question tells us to estimate at what time he began drinking to the nearest minute. So we need to find this in hours and minutes, and then we need to subtract it from 9 p.m, which is when he finished drinking. That'll give us the starting time to the nearest minute. So 2.64 hours, this is 2 hours, and then 64 100ths of an hour. So if we want to convert 64 100ths to 60ths, 64 over 100 is equal to n over 60, multiply both sides by 60. This tells us that n, the number of minutes, is going to be 64 times 60 over 100, 38.4. 38.4 minutes. So he started drinking 2 hours and 38.4 minutes ago. So if we have 9 p.m. minus 2 hours and 38.4 minutes, well, 2 hours would get us to 7 p.m. 38.4 minutes would get us to 21.6 minutes. So this will be 6 hours and 21.6 minutes. Now to the nearest minute, this is 6:22. So this is going to be 6 and 22 minutes. 22 minutes. This will be 6:22 p.m. And this is when he started drinking to the nearest minute. So in terms of the marking, you get 1 mark for substituting values into the formula. So if you start finding values, plugging them in or rearranging, this will get your mark. You get a mark for attempting to solve for h, the value here. So if you can construct some formula that lets you solve h but you don't quite get it, this will get you another mark. You get the 3rd mark for correctly finding the value of h, something like this. And then you get the 4th mark for correctly converting that into hours and minutes, subtracting it from 9 and presenting the answer 622.